She hurt herself.
No, get out the car. Get out the car.
She hurt herself.
No, get out the car. Get out the car.
just getting all the links together still. I had I don't know if my broadcasting software got hacked or what is going on, but it was Narnar Lele. Let me double check my thingy here. Yeah, I just make up words. All right,
That's
so we
okay.
got K2 showing on the screen. If you like, there we go. That's Kale Akana. We are, I
K2.
believe,
Who's
simulcasting.
K2?
What's that?
Who's K2?
Yeah, K2.
Yes, Kelly for Governor 2026. Come on. No, I'm
Yes,
kidding. I'm kidding.
yes.
Do-do-do. Okay, go
So
ahead. Go
I
ahead. Go
think
ahead.
we're good on Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, Facebooks, maybe Facebook. Okay, it looks like it's doing something. I'm still learning all this, but I'm having fun. Oh, the go live now button isn't working. What's going on? All right. Anyway, so yeah, hit me with some updates.
Oh my gosh, there's so many updates. I mean, one of the biggest updates
Oh,
for
wait. No, we
trafficking.
gotta wait
Oh,
till 11:11. This thing
oh,
won't let me start until because I scheduled
oh,
it on Facebook. So let's
okay.
just twiddle our thumbs and stare at the wall for a couple minutes. It's 11:09 now on my clock here.
Oh, 11:10.
Okay,
11:10.
yeah, one more minute. All right. Well, I guess I'm getting a little bit better at this because it seems like it's streaming. And here, let me just do my little check here and check here. This is fun. So, everybody who may or may not be listening to this is an example of how you can make your own podcast and be a complete idiot like me doing it. And it doesn't matter as long as you have geniuses and smart people like Calais that are there to help, fill the space with real meaning, with local voices.
Oh, oh.
So, yeah, thank you, Calais, so much for coming on again every week, always, and everything that you are doing to fight this nonsense. This
Just call
nonsense.
it what it is. It's the cabal
The satanic pedophile cabal that beat
in
you
Hawaii.
down. It's 11:11. You served the mayor of Kauai, and Governor Josh Green, fake Governor Josh Green, for crimes against humanity. 4 days later, on May 5th, Honolulu PD decides that they called it a moving violation. Your tags were expired. So they had to just drag you out of your car, tase you 4 times, or tase you first, drag you out, punch you in the face. Yeah, that's special. So yeah, now that the live stream's fully begun, 11:11 weekly Wednesday podcast with Hawaii Freedom TV, Kale Akana, gubernatorial candidate for governor 2026. Lay it on us. You got some court cases.
Oh,
You're on the
get
defense for assaulting a police officer when four of them basically tried to kill you.
out.
All right, I will stop talking. It's your turn. Tell us
I
what is
mean,
going on. Give
you're
us the
doing a pretty good
updates.
job, correspondent. You're doing a
I'm
pretty good
learning from
job.
Pikachu, right? He just busts it out with no problem. So I'm extra
Yeah, he's just like, let's just
caffeinated
talk about
today.
the Jeffrey Epstein case. I put all the files on top of the police commission board. You can go to the commission board meeting and you can read all the minutes and all of that stuff over there. Like, Pikachu's been doing really great at addressing different things throughout the archipelago. And one of the things that all of us that I know in my circle of friends is we're not into aiding and abetting the pedophiles to do more abuse where we are. I think that that's come to a lot of people's conclusions that are Gen X, Gen Y, millennials. I don't know if you just saw, but in Nepal, the millennials
Yeah,
overthrew the bureaucracy and they killed all the bureaucrats right in the open streets because the younger generation, they're fed up with,
yeah,
this psychology that doesn't work for
yeah.
people. And I'm kind of fed up too because again, I was the Bitcoin queen. I retired. I came home to where I'm from, Kanaka Maoli. And that day I was targeted for like what you and I were talking about. Like, what was I targeted for? What lesson were they trying to teach me when every single one of them held the child trafficking pamphlet of me and Joe,
Hmm.
because that is our Queen Iconic Ministries. We haven't taken any donations.
Yeah, it's
We
got
haven't
your
done.
face right there on it.
I mean, and there's nobody else in the archipelago who's doing that, right? There's nobody else who's standing up for the keiki, for your keiki, for my keiki. People don't know that my kids are trafficked by the state of Hawaii and the judiciary and all of that stuff. They don't. A lot of people didn't know me in Hawaii before I moved back, and what my history and my background is in business and entrepreneurship and technology, and so like right now the question is why did they try and kill me that day? What was the message that they were sending? Because I'll tell you what, the incomplete discovery of Sharice Braxton Brooks, by way of Scott Spalina, who is the prosecutor who signed the warrant with Detective DeCaris. uh, they basically all signed off on fraud. They all signed off on perjury. They all signed off on this fabricated story. And then they were just going to try to push me through the court systems like they push everybody else. It just so happens I'm a big First Amendment right type of person, right? I got a big mouth on my freedom of speech, and you're going to silence me because
Big
I'm talking
mouths
about the
unite.
trafficking, you know. So, but
I resemble
at
that.
at the end of the day, here is their own purported. Oh, this is the evidence that was provided by the prosecutor's office,
Okay,
which is
so
which is
let's slow it down for
right.
everybody. It's like a waterfall, guys, and we just need to rinse and repeat over the years. Look at that. She's got all this fat paperwork. She's got the state going after her uh like crazy, and
For
like they didn't have a
discovering.
signed warrant for the arrest. It's got
Correct.
a blank signature space. I got the scan of the document. We have Dead Man Switch made, by the way, guys. Like we have I call it the DSN, the Dead Man Switch Network. Right? Like we send all the evidence to all of our friends. I think I lost your mic, Kelly.
Oh no, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, like what's the tagline? Just can't make this stuff up. The
I mean,
prosecutors, the judge, like
the
the
police,
police, the
the city and
public
count,
pretender's office. It really looks like they're all colluding together to change public record, not just for your case, but also election commissioner Ralph Kushney. He's proving that as well. Like Pikachu's
well,
got
and
evidence. Like Carl
I
Dix
sit in
has
a lot of
evidence. They've been doing this for years. No oath of
the
office. Right? In
no
the past
the
50
right,
years, none of
right.
them have signed an oath of office. It's all a fraud, guys.
Well, and that's the thing is if you don't go through it and you don't discover how it all, comes together, like that's when you have to think about it. Does your life matter, right? Like
Mm.
what's gonna happen if it happens to you? And I know it's happening to other people because I have so many reports from the ministries, right? Because people can report to us and we can go take an incident report. We don't have to tell the cops what the fuck we know. Pardon my French, because what I told them on my video is what I know and they didn't like it, but they
Mm.
didn't know how to defuse me unless they were going to violate all the rights that they think I have, the ones that they think I don't have, right? And then target a woman of color in Hawaii, more importantly, a Kanaka Maoli who has been, we were proclaimed extinct, right? We were proclaimed extinct. So, like, if I'm so rare and they come after me for sitting in a car doing incident reports for the ministries where there's high level of reporting of, that leads to finding out who's trafficking and who's stealing elections. And you want to go find out all the biz, you go talk to the homeless people. Go talk to them. How do we protect them if we have them on our cases, right? Because the retaliation of what happens, right? So, and then how do you have enough time when you're working a job to go through all the cases, which they say that everyone in Hawaii has to go and get a bar registered licensed attorney? Now, I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. I'm saying I already did that in my past cases. I won with them and I'm one without them. But the state, they still can't put me in jail because they're still trying to prosecute me for crimes I'm innocent of. And, like this is the paperwork they give us after the prosecutor lies, right? Because she's conspiring with HPD. right? Who
Right.
all say they have oaths to the United States Constitution in Hawaii. They all say they swear an oath. And if they did all of this, they committed war crimes. It's treason. It's conspiracy. It's all the things that we have in our constitutional rights, and it's all the things that I have as a protected persons and a repatriated Hawaiian national under U.S. federal codes that also has the DNA before Kamehameha. So nobody's going to deport me. But it's funny when you walk into the courtroom and they're like, well, we got to read you this. And it's just like, no, dude, my
Hmm.
shirt, my signs, everything, nobody's hiding. The federal government doesn't want me dead. Why does the state government want me dead? Well, maybe because Kelly understands how the cabal is working now that I've been home for almost 7 years, right? Maybe because I want to end child trafficking and human trafficking in Hawaii. Maybe it's because the courts are a part of the human trafficking, right?
Right.
But how do we educate everybody who's here through an illegitimate government that believes that they became a States citizen during an occupation through foreign pedophiles that coup d'etat Queen Liliuokalani? And everything after that is an extension thereof, which is why Colonel talks about post-millennium. But
What
we're not going
starts with a
back.
lie ends with a lie. BJ Penn was not wrong about that, and many other things, guys.
Well, and once people really understand how, how, what Hawaii is to the world, they'll have a difference in comprehension and understanding of it. Right now, they have the discoveries theories, right? They don't have the DNA telling you, well, God made me for this time, and my DNA is telling you guys this is what has to happen, and I'm not going to shut up. EO wants me to get rid of all pedophiles in our archipelago, and I would recommend you do that where you live.
Right.
You want to resolve the 17 SDGs. You don't want to be a part of the UN. Well, that's one way you can do it, right? And then there's a lot of people who already want to hunt. There's a lot of Polynesian men who have built up frustration with the system and have already gone and was a police officer, gone and was somebody in the military, gone and then they find out, damn, these fuckers are trafficking and it's catch and release and I don't want to be a part of it. So they walk away and they hope and pray to find somebody like us where
Hmm.
where that's the model, right? Like why would the men not want to protect the women and children if we're rescuing them? And why would we give them back to the state if it's catch and release? And they're illegitimate, right? And they're controlling the pockets, the pocketbooks, and where the money flows. And like, that's why I don't have a nonprofit. You can see exactly where Josh Green and the state of Hawaii is flowing money to and how, what an abuse of spending it is, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we know where all that money goes, don't we?
We do. We certainly do.
Yeah, I mean,
You
this
know?
Doge and Hawaii account is really following some money there. It's.
Well,
I'm
and
gonna
it
see if I
doesn't
can
really.
get Doge to pop into this little
Oh, that
podcast
would
if
be
possible
cool. That
via
would be
the
cool.
X space, because X allows you to like garble your voice or whatever. So like, because there's some serious truth bombs coming out there.
Well, and the
Um,
thing is
where'd your feed
again,
go? I'm just seeing a blue field behind you.
oh, I don't know. I didn't move. I'm still in my chair.
Huh. Okay, well, thanks everybody for being patient through all of our glitching fun stuff. I'm gonna
So, yeah,
see.
so now we want to drop the names for our audience so that they can do their own reconnaissance, right? Like, that's really, really what it is. Because, all of this stuff has to be self voluntary. I think that that's the biggest part that people don't understand. And when they have freedom is, hey, let's take the opportunity to learn from other people who are going through it because it is happening all around us. I mean, look at the local news and all the fucking shit that they're putting up. And look at the homelessness. It's up 100, what is it? 181%. What are they doing? What are they doing? They have budget after budget after budget after budget after budget. And I just sat through a court hearing yesterday, right?
Right.
And I just watched the prostitutor, right, run through 50 cases in like 30, like an hour and a half. I mean, that's a lot. And most of them were driving without a driver's license,
Right.
right? And there was there's Kanaka or Hawaiian, what people see them as this Hawaiian native, and then there was foreign people who moved here who are not they're Asian, and foreign people who are here who are white, and theirs got dismissed with prejudice, and these guys got bail bonds and court records and $1,000 fines, and it's just like I'm sitting there and I'm like, I would love to say that it's not racist, but what it really is disgusting.
Mm.
Because when you total up all those people and every single cash flow act doing, who is that with us? Hi, Joe.
Oh, is Joe in the Brave meeting?
Joe's in the brain meeting.
We got
Everybody
two-time
else.
congressional candidate Joe Akana here in the talk with us, in the podcast. How's it, Joe?
Hey, how's it? Good. I'm trying to turn my video on, but me and technology aren't always best friends, so
Yeah, well, and my podcast software is pretty gnarly too, like, because it just always kind of glitches out a little bit, and I have to, like, refresh the feed for some reason. Maybe it's user error. Maybe I need
I'm good now.
grow my
I'm good.
intelligence level. Okay, I'm seeing you in, like, the bottom corner there, but I want to bring you front and center. There we go, and Kalei's video feed dropped too. Okay, there we go.
No,
think you're front
I
and
just took
center
myself
now.
off because I want everybody to focus on Joe.
Okay.
I know
No.
And guys,
Hold
on X,
on.
we got the X space rolling at the same time. So,
You want to
anyway,
do
yeah.
a formal introduction?
Well, I don't know. You guys have already kind of formally introduced me, I think, here, right?
There's
sounds
much
great.
more to you than what I said. I'm not even qualified to give you an introduction,
Well.
I don't think.
That's just the beginning then, right?
Yes, all right. And I haven't even spread this link around yet either. Let me do an X space thingy.
Well, Andrew, if you can send us the links and we can
Yeah.
go share it on ours, whether people come on and look today, now, or watch the recording. Thank you so much for setting everything up as we're doing these podcasts too.
Oh yeah, I'm having
Information-wise,
fun. It's like
people.
learning how to ride a bicycle and pat your belly and rub your head at the same time.
Don't forget the chewing gum.
Yeah,
Don't
and
forget to chew gum.
and doing backflips on a unicycle.
Right, right.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
All right.
Yes,
All
right. So I got one more
Hey.
link to do. I got the X space link to figure out how to grab and then share. And then, then we can really share the whole thing out because I got this little format and everything.
You guys don't mind if I eat potato chips while we're talking to you?
Well, if the crinkling gets too loud, we're going to ask you to mute yourself out until you're ready to unmute yourself again.
Okay, I will do that. I figure, it's kind of like grabbing popcorn, right? You want to make
Okay,
sure
well, we'll go put it in a bowl because it's still crinkling, honey. Oh, did I just let the cat out of the bag? Joe's my dude.
Oh, man.
So we got a power
no.
couple going on here.
Just
Akana
like
Ohana
you.
versus the fake state of Hawaii. All right, I'm starting to blast this link. This link thingy, this blurb. I'll call it the blurb. Yeah, sorry, the thumbnail is just a blue screen with my dumb face on it, but you get it. It'll update. Here, let me blast that all over Telegram, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, guys, whoever's listening and who might want to join the team, we're hiring free volunteers that want to help with this because it's a lot.
That will turn into ministries funding produced for you guys.
There you go.
Yeah. And you gotta know you're not a
Queen's
DEI hire.
ministry and preach the good word of no more corruption, no more pedophiles running the government.
No more human trafficking in our archipelago.
Yeah, we're done with all that.
All that is all pow, kako.
So yeah, I'm still doing a little sound check with the X space to see if I need to change the voice feed ever.
Okay.
But let's
Check.
I can hear you, Joe. I can hear you.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
You hear me 5 by 5 then, huh?
5 by 5. I'm good with you guys, and I think most of the platforms can hear you. Now I'm just doing the sound check.
So, Joe, what you could do is you could copy and paste the platforms that he puts inside of our group, and then you can post it on your Facebook wall, and then you can post it on your Congress
Hmm.
wall, right? And then that way people can hear the story, and we're building it grassroots style, which that's how everybody's going to probably have to start in the beginning, which we have better news for them that they probably might not have to start as low as they thought. But we were just doing the calculations for housing, and it's astronomical what we're going to be able to provide through the ministries here for our people in Hawaii. So we'll get to that
Yep.
later, but we want to talk about the cases and why they chose to go after me for case 5541 CPC 25-0000 County's office. And it was then he went to state court to get justice. So it's
Then you go.
Justice.
he doesn't have to teach money for any longer.
I mean, they throw an innocent person in jail potentially for years, everything because they want to cut their own asses. The judges are helping,
I disagree with
prosecutors are helping, pretenders are helping. Like, they're all working together, guys. Like, it's all clear evidence. I mean, we got very credible people on the video call right now. Both of these folks have run for government, or run for governor, run for Congress. Yeah, I mean, Calais has built a huge business, lots of team members around the world. Joe was a former intelligence analyst, U.S. Air Force. I think we got a lot of intelligence at the table here. Like, I mean, you maybe let Joe tell the story a little bit, like, from his perspective of this unbelievable travesty.
Wow. So, sorry guys, I was eating shrimp chips.
Oh, sorry
Sorry about
I
that.
interrupted.
Interrupted my lunch, man.
Lunch is an illusion.
Right. What is that? So I want everybody to try to grasp a picture in their head. This is my situation. I was on my way back down to the park when Calais called me. I got to listen to a lot of the interaction that was between her and the police officer. I got to hear them identify that they were going to, because she asked about her, where is the supervisor? Where is the and one of the where is the sergeant? And the officer said he's on his way. Looking back on that should have been an immediate de-escalation issue. If you're asked for the supervisor,
Yeah,
they should have stand down until the supervisor shows up. But I think looking at that, they had to do what they had to do within a specific time, because once the leadership showed up, meaning the supervisor or even a corporal showed up, they could no longer do or get away with what they were trying to get away with. Now, I tell people this because I want you to understand. I'm on my way back down there. I identified myself multiple times. I told him I was on my way. I am the owner of the vehicle that she's in. My company owned the vehicle that she was in. I was on my way back down. They had no right to enter. They had no right to do any of that. I'm on my way, right? That's basically on my way. Here's the other thing, is they have no idea how she got there. In their mind, she was driving without a license, but they have no idea how she got there. How did she get there? Right?
Wait,
Because
but
she
the
was
police but the police report when they took the car said there was no keys for the Mercedes.
right. So how did she get there? How did she drive when there's no keys? Okay, that's another issue, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I'm trying to get you guys to see this picture of how did she get there at 6:30 in the morning if they themselves didn't arrive according to their and I say this according to their police records because we have video evidence contradicting this, but their police records say they were there at 7:08 and they were dispatched at 7:08. So how do you arrive and are dispatched in an area at the same time? At least that's a controversy, right?
Yeah.
You can't be in one place at the same time as you supposedly arrived and were dispatched unless you were already there. But their police reports are wrong. They put the wrong information in there because we have video evidence showing the police approaching her in the vehicle at 0657. They
Nobody
say
asked
they
me for
that
my driver's
right.
license. Nobody asked me for my safety check because they couldn't see it. Nobody asked me. They just told me, Auntie, what is your name? What's your social security number? And you got to move your car, and drove away. Okay?
Yep.
Now, mind you, the place where she was parked at, there are no parking signs there. There's no red curbs. There's no yellow curbs. There's no white stripes. There's no nothing that say you can't park there. But there is a pole, like in the middle of this parking area, that looks like a parking stall delineation mark. So if you can't park there, then why not? Doesn't say you can't. There's nothing say you can't park in that area. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay? All right. So they go on.
Hey,
and
Joe, for production quality's sake, can I persuade you to get center frame there? We've got Instagram, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. Everybody's watching.
You might want to set it on your computer screen, babe.
Yeah, and nowadays, I
That's why I have
think
my
people are
tripod
actually
set up
listening
outside.
in now. Like, even though I didn't really advertise it much, like, yeah, there are some folks paying attention. So,
all right.
yeah,
Well,
it's good for them to be
not
able
I
to see
know
us.
that.
Yeah, we just have so many calls, chatting all the time, like normal Facebook. Then it's easy to get back into that habit, I guess. Yeah,
Right,
perfect. And
right.
we're wearing
So-
the same blue. Nice. Carry on, sir.
See, blue is yep, and yep. Okay, got it. So they and I'm trying not to give away too much details of what we've got going on here. But in their case, they submitted, and I'll just say Officer Paul Louis says that this is in his statement, his declaration statement for a warrantless arrest.
After
In
the
his
fact.
statements, in his statement, and this was filed on 50 May 6th, but in his statement, he says that he saw the vehicle parked in an unmarked stall at 0708. Okay. He also says he saw the vehicle move at 0709 from the parking spot where it was to the new stall in a parked stall. And this is important, and I want you to understand it's important because guess what? On the other officer's video, it clearly shows her parked in the stall at 0705 and 36 seconds. Now, you guys know she had to be parked there before that because the car is reversed into the stall and it is turned off. It's not operating. So unless this officer is transpondent and can take himself back through time, there is no way he could possibly have seen her drive her car, park it at 709 when she's clearly in play, already parked at 705. There's no way
Based
he
on
could have done that.
This is based on their
They're reporting it.
purported voyage evidence that they said in incomplete discovery. Okay?
Now, why would she see that? Why would she? Because when on her at 705 time frame is very contradictory. Okay.
So are they
His-
This is what the videos, what we've discovered upon looking at their discovery, right? This is premeditated. This is not, twiddly dumb. This was a coordinated attempt to send me a message that day when I was all alone in Joe's Mercedes.
Okay, well, I mean, we are live right now, so like for future court cases, maybe I don't know. I cannot. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only,
Yes, it
everyone.
is. Yeah, it
Yeah,
totally is, and
this is all
we're willing
fictitious
to share
stuff.
because this is actually already on the record.
But
The
I want to
prosecute
see these
everything.
cops go to jail, dude, and I want to
Well,
make
well,
So do
sure
I.
that there's
well.
no
That's
So
what we
way
gotta
they
tell the
can wiggle
story.
out of it later.
So
so let's
my videos show their body cam footage is not on the whole time that my mobile device is recording
Mm.
our interaction before they enter the vehicle and whatever they were the rest of what they do, right? We've only shown 3 minutes on the internet, and you can see already how viral that went in a few days. And that's 3 minutes of the purported 3 hours and whatever. But again, incomplete discovery, incomplete evidence, fabrication, oaths of office broken,
Mm.
treason, and war crimes. Because if they broke their oaths to the United States Constitution, arresting me the way that they did, and they broke all of their SOPs. Like Joe and I, we've read all of the HPD SOPs, Code of
Hmm.
Ethics. We even did a PowerPoint.
That's
We had a
standard
PowerPoint present.
operating procedures, by the way, folks.
Right.
SOP.
And we also checked out on how the Axios body cam footage is supposed to work. We know that Vanek and the Karis, who is the person on top of this, the investigator who kept the case open until
Mm.
the very, you know what I mean? She helped him roll out the body cam. These are lead witnesses on top of my case. We can call as a witness to sit on the stand, or we can depose them. And we're still waiting on subpoenas for 28 days. And you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like, let's
no
come on
no
now.
no. We've been waiting. Next week Monday will be
Everyone who can
6
come down
weeks.
to everybody who can come down to Punch Bowl 777 Punch Bowl Street at, we probably were going to get there early, 9 o'clock. I think court starts at 10:45. Come and witness it for yourself in the pews. Come and witness it for yourself in the pews, what they're doing. Because this case should have been dismissed with prejudice. We put it in front of other bar registered attorneys, this, that, and the other. And everyone doesn't know why this case is not dismissed yet with
Hmm.
prejudice.
I know
So
why. Hmm.
Because they already
so
have $150 million as billable hours on top of the record.
Yeah,
They're
they are
scared.
scared and they
Mama's
don't
coming
know
to
what
collect
to do.
my hurt me. You violated all my rights. I used words. You're never in the totality of circumstances in harm's way. I had a phone and a cigarette in my hand, and I didn't get out of the car, and I didn't attack nobody. I didn't have a warrant for my
Yeah, there
arrest.
was no threatening
It
language
was,
at all. I've seen all the
yeah,
videos,
I told
every
them I was good.
angle.
I swore at them. I told them I was going to fucking sue them. I told them that they work for the cabal in Hawaii. I told them all of
Yep.
these different things that I have on my own video because my intention was never to hurt the officers, but I definitely was threatened. I felt the threat when they asked me for my social security number, especially because I don't have one as a Hawaiian national. That already, decoupled from rescinded my social security number in Kobe. You know what? I don't, and then what they bleep out inside of the recordings is talking about
Hmm.
my country, talking about Kohavai Payan. That's what they bleep out. Why would they bleep that out? Why would the police bleep that out? And then the Karis'
Hmm.
statements, this is all
Memory
fabric.
hold the idea of
Dude,
the Hawaiian kingdom at all and never ever admit that the government now is completely fake.
well, I mean, the government now is completely corrupt. The revolution for all people here in Hawaii is unraveling, right? Because the story is bigger than on the ground at this point. It's a global problem. Pedophiles and government, that's that. People, pedophiles and HPD, pedophiles and the prosecutor, pedophiles as senators, pedophiles in the legislature, pedophiles in Congress, pedophiles. What fucking person in their right mind would want to swear an oath to the pedophiles being in charge of who they would have as government? That's the difference between me and Joe. Our Kanaka line DNA, we ain't down with that shit. And we know it's happening because our ministries takes incident reports. Soon we're going to take donations because so many people want to join us. right? And if we both ran for office on the same team, I bet you we could win an election.
Yeah, we have to win in a landslide. We have to have a real person who is just too big to rig and that can take the punches. Yeah, and can play smart too. Cuz I mean, BJ Penn has been taking a lot of punches.
Well,
Um
both Joe and I have extended. I've tried to reach out. So if he doesn't reach out to his sister, then that's totally up to him. I would
yeah,
say that,
yeah,
you
I
know what I
mean
mean?
none
Like
of us can judge where he's at right now.
look at
I just
everybody what
hope
happened.
that we
Everybody
can
who ran
help
against
him.
Josh Green. Everybody who ran against Josh Green in 2020. Everybody who ran in the 2022 election, including both me and Joe. The whole primary election
Ow.
was stolen.
Yeah,
Period.
we all
The
got
whole thing was
robbed.
stolen. Everybody
Kanaka,
got
Americans, everyone
everybody.
who buys milk
Everybody.
or gasoline, who sends their kids to school. You're all in politics, folks. You are governed by politics, even if you have no
Well, and
interest in it.
here the state is a de facto corporation operating as a legitimate money broker,
Yeah, why do
human
you think the
trafficking
banking
broker.
system is different, everyone? Why is every system of government and like the whole state, the whole everything, why is it different? Because it's a different country and it's been given some kind of special, weird, like legal status where these
Yeah,
corrupt scumbags can come and build tunnels and bunkers and who knows what's moving through those tunnels, huh, guys?
I know some things that's moving through the tunnels, and
Mmm.
I don't like it where I live, like I don't believe that we as adults now leave this mission for the children. We're not gonna, it doesn't matter if you keep letting the children go, who's gonna be here on the land except for whoever on the land? You guys are just being used as pawns, right? Your time, your energy, your resources, your mindset, everything has been draining for the last 100 years, and you guys don't know how to fix it. And then now it's our Kuleana, me and Joe's Kuleana as Kanaka, from whatever genealogy, bibbity bobbity boo. But not just that, you're a foreigner, you're a Malahini where I live, but we Hanai you, right? Because you're for
Hey,
freedom and
Al.
truth. Right? Like
It's
a
my
lot of people
honor.
come to
Thank you.
Hawaii, they don't know that Hawaii is occupied by the state or the military.
I
They
didn't
don't know
know.
that.
Yeah, when
They
I
don't know
went to the
that.
Baldwin Museum on Oahu the first time in Honolulu, that's when I found out that like American Marines worked with some like dirty locals that turned on their people to like rob the whole kingdom. Like that was messed up.
Yeah, you would never want it to happen to you, but then you got people here that are doing it because they think Hawaii, the state, is a legitimate entity, right? And so,
Yeah.
like, I totally understand why we don't want the southern border open or the northern border open. If I'm America's ally, right? The
Yeah.
Republic of
Oh,
America,
and
not
not
the
to mention that they're
corporation.
flying them in here too from the southern border.
Well, they did that, right? And
Yeah,
then
they're
they took
doing it
kids from
still
and
now.
they took kids from here, Kanaka Maoli
Mm,
kids, like my daughter, right?
right.
And they put them on a plane or a boat and shipped them out without any court orders saying that they can do so. And then they hold their mother hostage here so she can't leave without to go find her daughter in America, right? My daughter repatriated. Colonel
Oh,
Sam's got her paperwork.
so she's a Hawaiian national as well.
Repeat, yep.
Wow. So your ex-husband, but
No, nope. Stop,
so,
stop, stop,
what?
stop. Let's make no.
Okay, stop. Slow
Mm-mm.
down. Some
Wait.
nothing. We said nothing. Sorry, guys. Something bad
No.
happened.
Yeah, no, I didn't get married to him. He
Oh,
is not
okay.
my ex-husband. Although
Okay. So,
probably
so
wishes
baby
he's no.
daddy kidnapped your daughter, and the state of Hawaii hasn't tried to help
They
at
helped, no, they
all.
helped him. They helped
They
him.
helped
They
him.
helped him.
Okay.
They helped
And why
him.
do I keep getting single women telling me this story over and over again here in Hawaii of how the state helps their
The
crappy ex
abusers.
like take the kid away from a good mom? I do not understand this. Well, I mean,
Well,
in any
Andrew,
sane
you should
scenario, I don't
understand it
understand it, but
when you
what?
look at the complicity of the child welfare services,
Mm,
all of these other guys. Again, I've told people this in the past, and I'll tell them again in the future, and even present. Who is the biggest trafficker in the state of Hawaii?
yeah, the state of
Human
Hawaii.
trafficker. It's the state of Hawaii. And people all laugh at me when I say that. I say, no, seriously, we have seen so many instances where children are taken out of homes by child protective services, by child welfare services, by some of these services provided by the state. They're taken out of the home under the suspicion of something of this or something of that. And then they turn around, like in the Ariel Sellers case, and they give them to somebody else. And what happens to the child? No, no, that as we know in that case, or at least we've heard, they end up having a lot of, they end up dying, like in Ariel Sellers case, right? So it's that complicity that the state doesn't want to have, but they are the largest human trafficker in the state of Hawaii. We have personally experienced that with our own niece.
Oh,
when
an attorney just called. Oh, okay. Let me go text them, but I'm gonna listen to you guys at the same time. Go ahead.
Okay, so they tried, or not tried, they actually did take our niece out of Kaiser Hospital after she was born, 3-4 days later, because right, they believe that there was issues going on with the mom, with Kale's sister, and there was none. She was clean, everything was good, but because she was having, I want to say, complications, post birth, they wanted to take the mom away, the baby away, and they actually did. They took her out of the hospital, gave her to some foster home for approximately
8 days. Yep.
And then come back in, and the next thing you know, like, oh, what's going on here? So, yeah, we were fortunate. We were able to get her back. Good news, we got that taken care of. They couldn't keep the child. But again, that's one story. We have heard so many stories over, I'm just going to say, over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. But as we were campaigning in 2020, 2022, there was always the stories within the community of what we always ask the question: what is the biggest issue confronting the community that day or these days, right? And almost without hesitation, within the top 5 every single time was always the issue regarding human trafficking, or sex trafficking, or kids being slowed or sold, or kids missing. It was almost every single time that came up.
Every single island.
Yeah, on every single island. So people knew that was an issue, right? But it's like, well, if we know this is so bad, what are we doing about it? And when you point it out to people, they all go, they stick their head in the sand and like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. And you're like, really? So the biggest issue we've run across with regarding human trafficking is the fact that people are not educated or aware enough of this is actually happening right in their front door.
And we don't want to believe it, right? It is just so big and so scary that,
right.
Then you'd have to do something about it. If you can admit
until something happens to a family member that you actually know, are you willing to make that commitment, right? Yeah. I don't know. But this is studies, and what we found is studies, I think it was one in 2018 from Arizona State, that basically said of the survivors that they surveyed, right? That they surveyed the number of survivors that actually survived human trafficking, sex trafficking. Of the survivors, how's this one, Andrew? 64% were of Native Hawaiian ancestry.
Check that fucking number.
Whoa.
64%. And then in the 2020 study done by University of Hawaii, that number was up to 72%. So, again, we start to think about this for a minute. What does that mean? Overall, what does that mean? When you look at the number of children that have disappeared, I mean, they still can't find them. I think it was in 2022, there was over 400-something thousand children that disappeared just from the United States alone. Huge numbers. And what are they doing about it? What is being done about it?
What is the average normal person in the community doing about it? Because you know what I have identified being on the INA is that many people go work for the state. They go work for the cabal. They get the licenses that allow them to commit crimes, and an attorney will come in and racketeer for them.
Can we get your video feedback on, Calais? Sorry.
Oh yes, yes you can. We have other people walking back and forth. I don't know if they want to be on video, so I just when I see them
All
out of
good, all
respect for
good.
Joe's family. Um, where was I?
Institutional human trafficking is done by the government. You are not just one couple of people that are saying this. We got Carl from Clean House Hawaii who has tons of evidence showing
Oh,
it. Shelby
Shelby's got
Pikachu
tons of
billionaire
evidence.
also. And if you
You
look at the
know,
birth certificates and on the back of it, you can find that there is a bond on every single one of us. That is not who you are. It's just a piece of paper that is like an LLC or a corporation, and you are being traded like chattel, aka
Yep.
cattle, like
which
property,
which is which is why
slavery.
we're even more of a threat, Andrew, because remember we took the surrogers, we did all of these different steps because there's all these different variations of law that we didn't get taught in K through 12, right?
Right?
We didn't get taught this in K through 12. Our
Nah.
kids can learn this at 8, 9, 10. There's technology that can be implemented to help teach, train, whatever, right? And put out information that would help them stand on their rights. And if there was going to be an election and we were going to both run in it, wouldn't we want it to make sure it's not rigged this time around?
Which comes back to the election integrity issue.
Which comes back to the
Mm.
court integrity issue. Because they're changing the record. The court clerks are tampering with the court
Yeah.
record.
Well, and I saw the judge like leading from the bench over on Kauai when I watched that case with Ralph Kushney. He had to go pro se against the state to compel them to even like look at any evidence and make a summary judgment, and like they don't even want to do any of that. And yeah, they're all complicit, dude.
They're all complicit under the color of law, Rule 92. And I discovered it in this case 554 because there's no FOIA request, there's no constitutions up in any of the courthouses. You know what I mean? And the more and more people, we were yesterday at Moleka's court hearing, and like I was sharing earlier, just like the cash flow, the human trafficking flow by contracts that he's in contracts is all the people that's still going in because we don't know, they might show up at our gate like the Attorney General's office did last week, threatening us about a complaint that was filed by the prosecutor's office because we could be being taken advantage of by Carl because he's practicing law because they reported it. But I asked her for her warrento. Where's your wet ink signatures? Eh, if you can tell me you in real court, I like see all your real papers, Nazi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You the one with the licenses, you better have everything up in check, your FARA documents, your oath of office, your wet oath, and other people have
Wet ink
requested these
signature
things.
on the oath. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Supreme Court doesn't have Josh Green's oath. A colleague of mine has Governor Ige's, but then again, we got to go look at the auto pin. Hello? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, these guys, they're not going to be able to trick us anymore. We're like too research oriented to, you know what I mean? Then we're just catching them in every single act of corruption. And my life, I don't know, babe, my life matters. Yeah, honey.
It's important.
Well, and if they
Yes.
can get away with doing what they did to you, then they can do it to any of us.
Well, they're doing
And
it
they're
to a
doing
lot
it.
of people. They're
Yeah.
doing it to tens of thousands of people in Hawaii. They got a busy courtroom most of the time. They got a lot of offenders that, break their policies that there was a comment on Joe's Facebook wall. One of the people said, "Oh yeah, if the cops wanted to really take people's cars, they can come down to Sand Island, get penny cars without get with expired tags and registration." But I have 30 cases in constitutional law that says no one needs to get a fucking state driver's license. No one needs to get a state ID. No one needs to do that. So the only reason why you're doing that is because you believe they have the power. But what if the military has a bigger power than the state here?
Well, and not only that, but once they get that, they've consented and agreed to consent to abide by those. Got to understand what that means, right? You
That's treason.
consented to their you consented to whatever.
Nope, where did he go?
Joe
Babe.
O'Connor, congressional candidate Joe O'Connor, muted the mic. Okay, he's still on the feed. It looks like. Let's see.
Maybe he has to just hop off and hop back on. I know sometimes I got to do that.
Yeah, we're all learning this whole podcasting thing. Okay, yeah, it looks like he had bad signal.
Yeah, he'll
I
probably
was
get back
getting a
on
little
here.
thing saying the signal was low.
Oh, yeah, he'll probably get back in on here.
No stress. So you got a
Anywho's,
court case on Monday morning in
at
Honolulu.
Punch Bowl, yep, 777 Punch Bowl Street, and Judge Kevin, I think it's 3743 courtroom
777
7.
Punch Bowl. I'm writing this down because I'll design like a little flyer. We got Guy So Smooth here in the X Space. Hey, Guy, we're doing a simulcast on the
Hi, guys,
podcast.
sis.
So yeah, I want to do a little experiment here and see if you can hear him speaking and if he can hear you speaking. We got Kalea Kana on the Brave Zoom link, alternative to Zoom. And so I'm doing a simulcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, X, all these platforms, and doing an X Space at the same time. Last time it kind of worked out pretty decently after the Elections Commission meeting, but now I want to try to cross mingle it even more. All right, we got Guy So Smooth approved as a speaker. He's actually one of the OGs that supported our X Space from the very beginning. Guy So Smooth, let's do our little sound check. Say hello to Calais.
Aloha.
Aloha.
All
I can
right,
hear him loud
cool.
and
So,
clear.
Guy, what do you know about Kale's case? Have you heard any of this stuff? Seen any of our posts?
Was this the one, the recent one you guys been posting about, right? Is this the, what was it, the attack?
Yeah, where she was tased by Honolulu PD like 4 or 5 times and like punched in the face.
Yeah. Carl's been posting about it on Facebook, and everybody's attacking Carl over Kale's post. They say that you're like an instigator and stuff, and I'm like, wait. She's a victim here. You what?
Taser. Yeah, and she's
Like,
in the car, like trapped in, like boxed in, and it's like a kill box tactic, right?
yeah, exactly. There was They do it to where you can't. They had a weapon and we had to pull it on her, and
Yeah, but she didn't have a weapon, and we got video angles all showing that.
Yeah, I saw the video angles from Carl's post too, so I was like, okay, what weapon you guys talking about? You guys literally manhandling her,
Right.
like 3 officers or more.
So it's 777 Punch Bowl Street on Monday morning. What time should people show up outside of the courthouse with their signs to support you and to protest this travesty, Kelly?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get there around 9. Court starts at 10:45 a.m.
Okay.
And we all want to be in there in the pews. No outbursts, you guys, because that's what the judge probably wouldn't want, is outbursts going on in the courtroom as to what's happening. But that's going to be the next opportunity where we get to get in front of the court, in front of the judge, and reiterate what we've been telling them all along. And then, we've already put in, where's Joe at? We put in a motion for intent to move it to federal court if they can't get their shit straight here and they can't see loud and clear that all the evidence that has been put before the court is fabricated and really is perjury and it's conspiracy. And because these guys are public servants, quote unquote, taking taxpayer dollars, they should be following their own rules, policies, procedures, that they should understand the Constitution of the United States. They should understand the Hawaii Constitution. They should understand that they're in Hawaii and that there's Hawaiians, and treating a Hawaiian like me like this that day, there leaves room for many speculations about why they did this. But
they wouldn't do that to a Japanese national. They wouldn't do it to a Mexican, even an Iranian or like a North Korean. They just wouldn't do that. But
they'll do it to white people.
They feel like they can just.
They'll do it to white people too. They'll do it to anybody who is like in this bracket of
whoever
lifestyle.
They think they can get away with it on, actually.
That as well, because that day on 5/5/2025, when this happened to me and Joe, and when I went to the Queen's Medical West, there was a older homeless looking lady. She was also like in a wheelchair. There was a cop sitting right in front of her in a chair outside the emergency room. She was screaming like, "Get me on TikTok, police brutality, get me on TikTok, police." And then, you know, it's really sad because it's, I mean, and then all anybody who has a heart has to do is like, for us, we just, instead of doing all the campaigning and political stuff, we just created the ministries, and then we just started taking incident reports. And then it started to become very clear with the overwhelming amount of evidence that we cracked the code somehow with the government who's in government right now, and we pissed them off, right?
Hey, throw
And
punches and bunches, and then see how they respond and double down on what seems to work.
I
Back
don't
to
know
the
who would think
Monday
I'm a bad
schedule.
person.
That's at the
I don't know
federal
what.
courthouse or the state courthouse? What do we call
It's
that?
it's at the state courthouse across
Hawaii
from the federal
State
courts.
Courthouse. So I got protest in big letters. Police brutality and judicial corruption. Hawaii State Courthouse, 777 Punch Bowl Street or Avenue.
I think it's street.
All
I
right, we'll
mean, you
check
can.
that in a little bit. Monday, 13th October, 2026, 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, Aloha Standard Time. Support Kaleakana against the forces of evil. Okay, I'll come up with the rest of that part later.
You're awesome, Andrew.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
we'll make like a little Canva flyer or something, like a visual thing that makes it easy.
Where'd he go? Did he? This his inter? Boy, they're all trying to keep us separated. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
because we have so much to share. Like, I mean, that's what I love about, like I was telling you this like morning, like I love journalism. I love that, that people who in since 2020, like we were already all getting hit with the Kabbalism during COVID agenda.
Mm.
And right in here in Hawaii, and the state had their mission, and that's why I was had no problem serving him the voluntary process, being a voluntary process server and serving him in the mayor of Hawaii. As you know, I've already discovered information about how the cops and the mayor in Hawaii are the ones bringing in the fentanyl and distributing it to the kids,
Whoa.
right?
Rewind. Let's say that
Whoa.
one
That's a
more
big one,
time.
bro.
Whoa. I don't know. I mean, prove to me that they're not. Don't ask me to give you the
Well,
evidence.
I'm
If
hearing
I
some stuff about Mayor Mitch Roth of Hilo, like former mayor now, and then he's got some job in a bank or something now, and it's like these banksters and these human traffickers and the mayor and the governor, they all seem to have these circles that run together.
Yeah, and if you just like, I mean, like people can stop freaking out right now because we have access to information at our fingertips, and so do their kids, right? They can stop living in this fucking delirium that pedophilia hasn't been here. And I'll go back to as far as I want to go back to, but what we're doing to the future as we start this mission work to
Mm.
rescue our people, move them into housing, remediate them ourselves, have that self determination that as Kamakamo'oli, we have a right to where we live, right? And in all of Te Moana Nui o Kiva,
Can we
right?
get the translation for into English?
Well,
I'm.
so in English, for what the English people, everybody in English would understand is all of Polynesia to Africa, right?
Mm.
Those are all the first sovereign nations before the WHO, before before the UN, before all of this stuff. There's DNA from all those places. You know what I mean? And all those people that, like for me, we're considered extinct.
Hey, we got. Oh, I just invited Angry Angel in to speak, but then she
Who is
dropped out.
that? Who is
She,
Angry Angel? I don't know who that is.
she's been her name. Okay, I'm not gonna say her real name, but I met
Okay.
her in person here in Hawaii. She posts a lot on X. She says a lot of good things. But she's also promoting this other guy who's running for governor now. I forgot his name. He texted me.
Oh,
Let
there's
me see.
some.
So this is the one. Yeah,
Can you hear me,
Hanley for
Andrew?
governor. I wanted to see if I could get you and him in the same space to talk story and see what this guy's all about. He's running as a Democrat.
Hold, can you hear
So
me? Can
yeah,
you hear
I
me?
can still hear you.
Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
Okay, so like
Hey,
a minute ago, there was a huge surge of electrical surge on top of the line. I don't know if did you hear that on your end?
Oh no, you got some static going on.
No, it's actually going everywhere. X is having problems too. People are trying to figure out what's going on with the internet.
Ooh, look at
Okay.
Kille. She's on point. Here's my signature pattern. I'm coming online after they tried to delete me 8 years ago as the Bitcoin queen. Kille Taylor, right? That's my human traffic name. Does that make sense, everybody?
The birth certificate name.
And I'm an apartheid kid in an occupation, and America is not my enemy. The state of Hawaii is all of our enemies here because they're America's enemies too because they're selling out to the foreign. I mean, look at Jill Takuda. Oh my
And I'm an apart.
God, look at what she's saying. Like, oh, Americans shouldn't have health care before foreigners. And she's not in the continental US. You know what I mean? Wink, wink. She's not,
Mm.
right? And look at her as a Democrat. Like me, I'm not on any side of the parties. I'm born and raised here. Where are you going to deport me to now? If I am a billionaire, don't you want to be my friend instead of being a billionaire friend with the fucking World Economic Forum pedophile elite living here on fake lands that they don't own? The answer is yes. Let me ask more rhetorical questions, right? Like, who doesn't want to know that the kids in the future are not going to look over their shoulder? Because it's kapuna kiki. That is the Hawaiian culture moving forward, right?
Yep. Yeah,
I
sorry, I'm
can't. I
just
can't.
messing with
That's
my
that's what
settings
God's telling
here.
me.
I'm trying to mess with my settings so I can show who's in the X feed. All right. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining the X space. We're also multicasting on Rumble, Instagram. Like, I'm doing a blended thing of X space and podcast. And this is all new to me. So thanks, everybody, for your patience. We've got 2022 gubernatorial candidate Kele Akana that served current governor Josh Green with crimes against humanity. 4 or 5 days later, she was attacked in her car by multiple police officers, tased 4 or 5 times, beaten with a baton. And now she is telling her story of how the judiciary, the public pretender, that's the defender's office, the prosecutors, everybody seems to be
You hear
colluding to
that?
deprive
You
her
hear
of
that?
her rights, and the media is
Woo!
not saying anything, are they? Take it away,
Adjo,
Calais.
Adjo, you cannot even believe how much static is on this right now when you were talking about that. You can't. This is not the first time either that I've been on different podcasts that even have their own servers where it sounded like aliens were coming in
Yeah, you're
to,
sounding like you're from outer space right now. I'm hearing like the Borg.
yeah, so are you. And then there's a whole bunch of static behind you all of a sudden. But now it's gone. Now it's not.
Hmm.
What about the gentleman? Say his name again.
So we got Guy So Smooth. Okay, he just popped out.
Guys, so
We've
smooth.
got She Thinks Freely. This is a new X face for me. Yeah, and I didn't really push this thing very far, like to try to promote to get people in, because I just didn't know how it's going to work out and if it is even working. We got Guy So Smooth back in. Hey, I'm going to invite you to speak again, Guy, and then we can just pick it up from here. So I'm just learning and playing with this thing like a DJ.
Wow.
So I'm
I
able to
can't even
show
believe the
who's in
static.
the X space. Okay, he dropped out again. Oh, okay, I see what
Guys, so
happened.
smooth. Can you hear all the static?
My
This is
X
the
got
static is
linked. My
not
X
stopping.
got muted. There we go. So I'm unmuted now. Let's see. I'm gonna do Hawaii. I'm gonna change the name of the X
Wow.
space. X space under attack.
Andrew, every single word you're saying has static behind everything that you are saying since for like the
Interesting.
last 2 minutes.
Yeah, you sound like an android. Interesting. Okay, so let's try to do. Maybe you pop out of Brave and pop back in.
Up. Okay, I'll go do that. I'll go do that. I'll go do
Okay.
that. Wow.
All right, Guy So Smooth. I don't know what happened. Because I tried to show the X space on the podcast, and when I popped back in, that muted my mic on my phone. I got the phone next to it. So I'm going to invite you in as a speaker again, Guy. Thanks for helping to to help me do this little beta test, figuring out how to. Oh, he popped out again. All right, the internet is gnarly today. Let's do a little speed test. Sometimes your internet service provider likes to sell off your bandwidth. and make your internet slow. It's starting to sound like an advertisement right now, but I'm not actually advertising anything. This is word to the wise. You can reboot your router. Yeah, and it looks like I got like 600 megabytes download on the fiber optic right now, and I'm sure the upload is just as decent. But for whatever reason, I cannot communicate online and podcast very easily. Yeah, every time I invite Guy So Smooth to speak, it just like it kicks him out or something. I've got 200 megabytes upload, 600 megabytes download. We've got more than enough to do something decent here. Kelly is back in. Asked to unmute. Oops, sorry, I muted you. I asked you to unmute, but you unmuted before I asked. And then I'll pin you to the top there. Is your camera able to come back on?
Can you see me now?
Check, check. I can see you. I can hear you. How is our clarity?
Okay, so they're still crackling, but not when you're talking. So let's try again, right?
All right, yeah.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yes,
Oh, now it sounds way better. Okay, way better. Whoo, that was whoa.
a little
That was
nice.
interesting.
Yeah, we got it going on though. I mean, the stream seems to be holding steady. Instagram, we're still on. Facebook looks like we're still on. Yeah, I learned I have to like look once in a while and see if it freezes or if it drops or this is like it should not be this difficult to do a podcast. Like, you know,
No, I think you're doing more than just a podcast. You're streaming it to other places. Like if you just
I
did it
know,
to
but I mean,
YouTube and
come
you had
on,
it set
guys, it's
up.
2025. This should be like you just push one button and it all works. Come on. This is some Bolshevik. It's intentionally made hard and only nerds can do this.
Well, take it as a compliment then,
I
right?
guess so, right? Yeah.
Otherwise, who else is going to do it? Not just nerds, leaders,
Yeah.
educators, people who want to decouple from the cabal into a new community. Like, yeah, that sounds way better than what Joe Biden gave you guys, or
Yeah,
Obama.
Biden and Big Mike's husband.
I just can't even believe like anybody who's going to try to challenge me when this whole time they didn't know that most presidents married men. No. And then I have a vagina.
Dude,
I'm not
I looked at
I'm not
George
trying
Bush
to
Senior's
trade it in.
wife again, and it's like it's impossible to know, like, to think that's a woman now. If you look at that tranny video of that dude, bro, like that was a man, and we didn't even see it. I was blind or something, you know. I was a kid.
I'm not gonna let people fake me out
What?
moving forward. You know what I mean? If you cannot pretend to be a man in Hawaii if you're a woman. You can't. I mean, we have tomboys. I'm a tomboy. Like, look how I have
Yeah,
my hair
they're
right
mixing
now.
up this whole Mahu thing, right? Like I'm not
Yeah,
qualified
they're
to
mixing
speak
up.
on that, but
They're
I keep
mixing
hearing
up.
people
I'm
saying it.
I'm a
What's up with
mahu.
that?
I'm a mahu. I'm
So
a
tell
gifted.
me and the world, please, what exactly is Mahu and how is the state of Hawaii twisting that up in people's minds to weaponize it against us? All of us.
All right. Okay. Let me take a deep breath. Eo in me, eo in you, eo
What
in
is a
us.
Mahu?
Okay.
That's the
So a
first
mahu
question.
is somebody who is gifted. That's
Okay.
it.
And
It
this
doesn't
is
matter
a
what.
Olelo
It doesn't
Hawaii
matter.
word, an
It
old
doesn't.
Hawaiian
It
original
it
language
doesn't matter
word.
what doesn't matter what your gender is. Okay. It
Okay.
doesn't matter what your gender
So
is.
it means a gifted
Aikane.
person.
Yes.
Okay.
You have special gifts, right? Aikane and Aiwahine. Those are people who want their preference in lovers is same sex.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
Aikane means like man lover?
yeah, you're a dude that likes to sleep with
Because
dudes.
I is like love in Chinese, actually. It's
Well,
funny how all these languages have little like connections.
they do have
So
connections because
Aikane,
they come from the original languages that have been torn apart and propagandized and pushed through from the church and the state.
yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
like there were gays and lesbians for back in the day, and then there was Mahu, which like so it means gifted person like on the language level, but like in practice, like if you like let's say 100 years ago, 200 years ago, you look and you're like that's one Mahu. What are they saying actually?
Well, I wasn't there for that, and neither was everybody else who's alive today. Okay, that's the first and foremost thing, right?
So
Like
then
that's
it's
the way I
become
look at it.
something today, but we don't really know for sure because we weren't there.
Well, that's what most of history that's been put in front of our faces
Ain't
as
that the truth,
devices.
huh?
Okay, so like for me, like what is it that we're going to do that we are alive? What is this the standard that we're going to now move into? What does that look like for us since we're alive and we want to be here and we have all of these differences and opinions? Well, maybe we don't have as many differences and opinions as we think. It's just that everybody who's trying to talk about the difference in opinions is getting shut down by somebody else who's already been bought off and paid for, except for me,
Right. Yeah,
right?
people try to shut me down for even just asking these questions on Instagram. And it's like, I'm just here trying to learn things, you know? Like,
But that's the whole thing. I mean, it's the same thing that happens with people here who are Kanaka, who are in Hawaii, who are calling themselves Hawaiian natives. Like, I'm a Kanaka Maoli. I can challenge your thought process. It's really hard for them to accept any more foreigners trying to give them any type of advice, right? Because they've kind of allowed
and
it
I
for
can,
so
yeah,
long.
I can respect that. You know,
I know you do.
I've
We have
seen
we
the
have
generational trauma in some Kanaka friends, and unless you just shut up and listen, you're not gonna ever like understand how people feel at all. And I probably never can truly understand, but at least I can like kind of get an idea. That is real.
right.
That trauma is real. Like your identity was stolen.
Dude, I have PTSD every single freaking day. And then when I got to listen to these videos, comb through the evidence repeatedly to make sure that I build a case pro se, right?
Mm,
And I know that I could bring in a Tohi because I am a repatriated Hawaiian national. But people here in Hawaii, you got to know your constitutional rights. If you say you're a US citizen, you should know your constitutional rights because when the cops come and the state comes and they come knocking at your door with rules, emergency rules that Josh Green makes, right? Like Act 236 means anybody at any time can call the government here in the state, call the police, make a report, and Dole Care and the HPD will come and take care of all of it. Meaning, if somebody reported you did drugs and you didn't do drugs, they could take all
oh shoot, you just cut off after saying that.
now going through,
Check,
not going
check.
to give you a
Microphone
complete
check. All
discovery
right, she's back.
because, oh, sorry, I had a phone call coming in. I had a phone call coming
Yeah,
in.
you cut off
So
at
every
drugs.
individual living here, yeah, every individual living here should be studying my case right now and studying what we're doing as pro se litigants going into the deep state court system, kangaroo courts, as we all know, right? And holding them accountable and then taking it. But you guys have to understand how much time they take. They give themselves 2 years. That's a lot of leeway to change the narrative, talk to the bar registered attorneys. Rule
Mm,
48 is 6 months. Okay. But they can always come back after you on appeal, right? Like the whole concept is to keep you as a state ward,
right.
right? Accessing your surety bonds that they gave you with the birth certificate, they didn't give you full disclosure on
Take notes,
about what
friends.
it
This stuff is
about
real and it applies to you. And it's the difference between your freedom and being in prison under bogus charges. That is real. Guy So Smooth is
right. And
back in as a speaker. X Space under attack. Guy So Smooth, can you hear us and do another little sound check for our little blended X Space Plus podcast?
Man, I hope this works. Mic check. Please, X, don't kick
yeah,
me out.
you
All
Please.
come
right,
on,
Kalei can
X.
hear
We're
you.
good
I can
people
hear
over here.
you. We got the phone doing the X space, and then the computer doing the podcast. So yeah, Guy So
Okay.
Smooth, you've been in our X space Hawaii X spaces for a while. I think you lived in Hawaii as well at some point, right? Or are you here now?
I'm, I'm here now, representing on the Oahu couple lakeside.
Okay,
Oh, he's in
Kapolei.
District 8, District 8. Hey, District 8,
Hey,
Kapolei.
hey.
So hopefully we'll see you down at the courthouse on Monday morning at 9 a.m. to protest this judicial
Or
corruption and
just
police
document
brutality.
it. Just document it from your mobile device. You
And
know,
go
we're all
into the
doing.
courtroom, listen in, don't get busted filming without permission. I've never been busted. I mean, I never would do that.
No, but
What?
we already want to put you on, and we want to take off
Wait,
Kyler Rank
okay.
because
Isn't it
she's
allowed to film like
if federal. You can, and you can, but you just, I mean, if they try to frisk you up and take your property in the court, at least you have if you have other people that are brave enough to go on and record that, because it is our right to record in the courthouses, even in the state of Hawaii, if we believe we're American citizens or repatriated Hawaiian nationals, because we have constitutional law of the land rights. Okay. So you can do it, but you know, they're going to rustle. I mean, it's going to be like a spectacle because these public servants in Hawaii aren't used to being challenged. So,
Well, and
right.
that's
And
why I
so like,
recorded the 911 call to put them on notice because I knew
well, they
they're
said
just
that there
going to
wasn't any.
steamroll you
They
unless we kick them in the balls.
They said that there's no 911 calls in the dispatch discovery. The lawyers for the Honolulu Police
but you
Department,
recorded it?
Yes, I got
Jojen,
recordings of them hanging up on me and not calling back, brother.
and
Yeah,
I
dude.
know that I
I
was
called
sitting
for a
in the cop
wellness check.
car,
Yeah,
and
Honolulu PD
they
gave
don't
me the
have the part.
runaround.
There's no body cam footage about that part where I know that sitting in the back seat, I heard on uh over the dispatch that there were multiple people calling, including Andrew Aker from Maui Freedom TV, wanting to know where the Akana Taylor girl is. And so at that time, the problem is they're putting me in the court system as Kele Taylor, also known as, and no, you're going to address me as Kele Akana. That's who I am, right?
Please
These
tell me
guys
there's
are
a
all trying to
penthouse
make it like
coming
seem
down if
like
you have all
I
the
gave them some
evidence.
fake name and
Yeah,
all
she's
of
got
that
to
stuff.
beat
And
the case first where they charged her with assaulting an officer. But then after that,
that was
I
after they beat
think,
me up.
right? You're going on
That
the
was after.
offense.
Oh, we already have a multitude of cases written up. I have a whole
Okay.
consulting team. Like, we've been interviewing different lawyers and bar registered attorneys in Hawaii because the judge wanted me to. Um, he was thrilled when, you know, I requested standby counsel, right? Because the prosecutor was pushing. Well, at that point, she had already put on the open record on the August 11th that there is no dispatch records, when clearly on the purported body worn camera footage that they gave to us and what she introduced at court with bringing in the two officers to intimidate the fuck out of me, which she did. I don't even know how I kept my composure after the judge kicked everybody out of the courtroom that was there to support me. You know what I mean? And then be all by myself, you know, and then be all by myself and then do all of this on top of the court record. And then they're manipulating it, this, that, and the other. Like, she lied. I told him she lied. They committed
Yeah,
perjury.
two-way
They're bringing a whole
tactics.
fabricated story to the court to put me in jail for a crime I didn't commit. None of the crimes. They don't have any evidence of me driving without a driver's license. And they don't have any evidence of me biting Officer Daniel Brown. For all we know, they were in Howe Bush doing sexcapades and, you know, and they wanted me to be a part of their fucking porn, you know what I mean, and get me involved, and I don't want to be a part of it. Like, no, like, these guys are pathological liars, and they're going out and they're hurting other people who are homeless right there. We have incident reports. Bring it to the table. You know what I mean? Like, bring it, let's go. Why
Clay,
everybody
I
seems
was
to be
just about to
acquiescing right
say
now.
that, Clay. There's been, it's not reported in official reports, but there's been a lot of videos go up and a lot of, what do you call, people posting about it from Facebook to TikTok to, I think I've seen some on X now.
Yeah, because we have to put it out, because what they're doing is they're just trying to waste time, because the longer that they keep me here, I can't go after my daughter. Right? The state of Hawaii, this case is bigger than just what this case is about me assaulting a police officer in the first degree and driving without a driver's license. If I assaulted a police officer, then why isn't there a resisting arrest charge?
Good point.
Yeah, they just make
Right?
up everything on the fly, and they were just like, you said that officer was shaking once he found out who Joe Akana
Yeah, I
is, and
think
that they had taken his
yeah,
car and his wahine.
absolutely. Like, because he was looking up everybody that he could recognize, including Jackson Barnes, who witnessed him telling me or telling Joe that he punched me in the face at Kapolei, at Queens West Medical, right? Which Josh Green is in control of. Okay, so think about this for a second,
Mm.
everybody.
Josh
Think about this for a
Green
second.
is in control of Queens West Medical. I
Yes,
just my spidey sense was tingling, and I was like, "What? They took her to what hospital? What are they gonna do to her
yes.
there? What are they gonna inject her with, or like try to hypnotize her on, or give her remdesivir? She needs a respirator. She got COVID. Oh,
Which
she's
is
dead.
why,
I'm sorry, she died.
which which is
What?
why I declined the ambulance, right? Because and they on these reports use the EMTs as physicians. It's really bad. So when we start to do the forensic with the community, because we the people, okay, I'm opening up my case, I'm being transparent. I'm saying bring it on. If there's going to be somebody who's going to be transparent about who she is, I was the Bitcoin queen. I retired at home. Today, the numbers that I did to produce just in one thing out in the SEC world, go look at those numbers and ask me who else in Hawaii did anything like that. I know I've helped to create over 10,000 millionaires. Who else in Hawaii is giving people that opportunity to do that from home? I don't know. But what I do know is there's homelessness is up 181%. I know that every day I see when I'm subscribed to these YouTube channels for the news and on Facebook, on Joe's account. We see all the bad shit that keeps on happening. I mean, where's the money going to? Everybody should be a gumshoe here in Hawaii. You know what I mean? Every one of us should think about how we're going to activate our First Amendment rights. Really, really. Because if you don't, you're going to let them come right to your door, pull your whole family out, and then be on a record that you're not going to be able to challenge and become free from. So, you know, that's stuff that we're willing to teach people if they're willing to pay attention for free.
Checky check 1 2 1 2. You kind of dropped. Shoots! I just closed the wrong tab.
Sorry, no, my phone keeps
I hope
buzzing.
I didn't cut that live stream. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing some behind the scenes stuff. I'm trying to get in. Let's see, Susie. If Susie wants to jump in, if she has some time, I'd like to try to get an update there as well.
I didn't send it to McGee, so
Yeah, I'll
I
send it
just
to
figured
him
we
as
talk about
well.
this because we can send it to McGee. So anybody wants to do a status report, update, about what's happening where they're at. It's kind of like today on Redwood Facebook or following him. It's going to be posted there and on his X. And starts at 3 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time.
That's today or
We
Thursday?
on Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I do want to
Yeah.
ask him what is up with his billionaire partner at the wellness company and these allegations of what is going on with Unjected and all of that stuff. Like, it sounds like the ladies that have been involved with the wellness company, because McCullough, I believe, is sponsored by them as well. The ladies keep seeming to have some
Mm-hmm.
curve issues with this billionaire owner dude, Forrest, whatever his name is. Yeah, actually, I'd like to get an
Is he
update.
here? Is he here in the archipelago?
No, he's somewhere in America, and from the evidence I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, it sounds like they are kind of like Big Pharma 2.0 in trying to build themselves as being the truth and freedom platform for health. And maybe Dr. Peter McCullough does not know what's going on in the background there. So,
And if he does, maybe he can answer your questions like a journalist would
yeah,
ask.
like, hey, dude, what's up? Are you still part of that thing? Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
I mean,
interesting.
and that's what it takes. It takes for the people to have some courage and understand they're not alone anymore. Everybody is getting busted at this point. A lot of people just let this shit go on way too long. And there's been just a great awakening since 2020 for a majority of people who are here on the rocks. And the more and more that Joe and I go out and talk to people, the more and more people asking if we're running for office, the more and more people one person said to me, they just need a dictator who's a really nice person. I said,
Benevolent
you're not wrong.
dictator.
Hey, I mean, that's what our kupuna, that's our ancestors, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll be the beloved, right? Like, hello. But at the end of the day, like, who else is going to be bringing in these ideas, and who else is going to be talking about them or doing them, and who else is going to have the proof on the record? Who else is going to be the one who's going to know your name? What is going to be his story and her story from here on forward, right? And we're documenting it all on the blockchain. So, you know,
Indeed, I do. Guy so smooth.
gotta do
Are
it.
you still so smooth?
You hear me? Mic check, mic check. How's it going?
Yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, like we talked a little bit on the DMs about some of the other stuff that is going on in your world, but I've just been too spun out on doing these different plate spinnings to keep up. Do you mind giving kind of like a recap? So, because I would really like to connect more people with you and you with more people and get some more synergy going here. So, like, what aspect are you working on, or how, like, what's happening in your corner, and how can we help with what you're doing?
Basically, I did. I got very involved with the politics push from an independent side when we started the whole campaign to get Trump elected. You remember those days when we all got together and started creating the spaces? But things have evolved since then, and I just think, man, it's not being what I believed it should have been. So I did
Hmm.
a timeline cleanse of all my social media accounts, and so nowadays I focus on entertainment and education. I'm like, if they don't fix the world, I'm just gonna do what I do best, and that's entertainment. So that's what I do, guys. I do entertainment, music, videos, you name it. I'm on that. You
That's
can look at my
cool.
profile right here and X. At
Oh,
the same
send me
time,
your Andrew, send
I,
me his phone number. He can have my phone number. I want to talk to him because we have events coming up and stuff.
Yeah, you guys are both on Oahu. Yeah. And music is powerful. People have hijacked our frequency, dude. I've been learning a whole lot about that. How, like, broadcasting of these spells with lyrics and crappy, like, BS Beyonce music is used
Did
to
you?
hijack people's brains.
I
we
so
got to take back the
so
power.
smooth.
I mean,
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did
Tamara
you know
Mackay
that
made a
I
whole album. She used AI. I don't know if you heard the Maui Freedom TV theme song that I got playing on the intro video, but
I heard it. I
yeah.
heard it.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said who made that for me. But oops.
it's all good.
But yeah, she
Hey,
released a whole album now with the Aloha Conservative Alliance, and like, yeah, it's on Spotify. It's awesome. I haven't listened to the thing yet, but I know it's gonna be good because my theme song
Well,
obviously is awesome.
when I go out and I do my concert, right? Because I enjoy singing and I said no to Jay-Z
We lost your video, by the way,
and
Calais.
oh, one of my dreams in life was to be a famous entertainer and professional surfer, right? Growing up here in Hawaii, that's
Mm,
just something that everybody sees, like, right? And
right.
so like now in my 40s, when we got all our crap together and we can go out, now I can do the things that I, enjoy doing and capitalize on that. So like I've been rehearsing. I'm not perfect, but probably December we're gonna have an event and then it's gonna be like a TED Talks meets business finance meets, you know, repatriation meets a whole bunch of different things, right? Because the technology is gonna be ready.
Wait, I'm gonna try to make a chat group.
beautiful.
It's like
Yeah, I
chat
mean,
beta.
along those lines, like you all were bringing up, I took my interest and just floated with my interest. I mean, the political thing, the reason why I still stay connected political wise is because I will always want to be seeking the truth for all of our people, especially us included with the way things are going. But at the same time, we gotta take back the power in what we create once again. Bring back the
Hmm.
light, and if you know you're part of the light, you exactly know what I mean. Anyhow,
I do. I do. I'm
congrats
answering
on
the
those
call.
whoever you were talking about making it on Spotify, because I just made it on Spotify like what this week.
Oh,
Yours
Calais, your
truly
X
is on
settings don't allow me
Spotify
to
as well.
invite you to the chat group.
I know. I think they want me to pay 9.99 or
And I think I
something.
Say
lost all the hands. I
what?
can't hear anything. I gotta reboot, guys.
Got oh no no no, you're good. It muted me for some reason when I tried to create this chat. Hmm, it's muting me again. All right.
The host is getting muted.
I'm
What the
getting
hell,
muted,
X?
dude. Yeah, bro. Well, because I have it open in my browser on the computer and on the phone, so I can understand if there's that glitch. I'm going to try a second option for creating a chat
Well,
group.
you should consider running for office on our team in 2026. Like, we should just run a slate of people that we decide to pick. We look at what's available. We all start talking about it. And, I mean, you don't even have to put your name in until June of 2026, but we can be talking about all the things and showing people, hey, you know what? We don't even have to be in office to solve problems for these idiots. Like, literally. Because when 2026 comes in January, I'm going to release the housing and everybody's going to freak out. Everybody's going to freak out because then now the communities can come together, the education can come together. We can reteach our own people. We can protect them with private security, feel a little bit more safer in your homelands. But we have to start getting together with people who are in alignment with freedom, and being able to move people. And Hawaii is so scalable. We have a lot of months before now and then. A lot of months.
I'm calling this group Hawaii Freedom Team Dash Oahu.
Oh, here's Joe.
And we got Joe
I'm gonna. I gotta.
Akon,
I
the
gotta mute. I gotta
congressional
mute out and
candidate,
hold
back
on.
to speak.
Hold
I
on.
invited Junya Nakoa as well to see if he could come in and chat. But yeah, go ahead, Joe. Are you back in, sir? Oh, all right. As we get this thing working, maybe I could chat with Guy a little bit longer. I think Kaleigh's thing dropped as well.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Just hit me up, man.
Yeah, no, this is cool. I mean, it's like I'm learning how to ride a bicycle here. It's shaky, right? Because I got the X Space on the phone, I got the podcast on the computer, and
Yeah,
like
bro, I'll
juggling
do
the thing.
spaces
But
with
this
you
is
as long
fun,
as you
bro.
go on and you just tell me when you're going on. I'll come on with you because I
Yeah,
do my
cool.
own live spaces later.
All right, yeah. Well, right now we're doing it every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Because
Every
like that's
Wednesday, got it.
yeah, it's not a prime time thing, and then it allows me to do it live, and we work out the kinks. I don't like hitting the practice button. I like the real thing, even if it looks gnarly. I don't care, like, because
Actually,
I
that's
want
the
other
best way
people
to.
to see
That's
that
the
they can
best way
do
to
this
go.
too, right? What's that?
Yep. So every Wednesday, that's the best way to go. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Every Wednesday at 11:11.
A.M. Yeah, and I'll try to blast out these links. And some of these links actually work like every time. I don't have to update the link. But for, yeah, the X Space, it's going to have to be a new link every time. And I'm going to have to get started earlier. I think Kaleigh's back in.
Yeah, Joe will hop in
Yeah,
a
it's
little
it's
bit. We had another
there's
lawyer call us, and we're gonna have a meeting with him tomorrow.
Okay.
See, we're not just, we'll use all different aspects. You know what I mean? To prove whatever we have to prove. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we've created, I think, kind of a new format of podcast. I don't know if anybody else is doing this, but I'm showing the X Space in the podcast, and people can hear what he's saying. So, and he can hear what you're saying. So yeah, this is perfect. And Guy So Smooth said he's totally in to join every week and yeah, chat more in the little text group that we
Yeah, it's
made
kind of
on
like our own
X.
little town hall kind of thing.
Yeah, well, and let's get the music going because
Okay, I
I
got a
can
song.
write
I got a
songs,
song.
I can come up with melodies, but I can't write the
I got a song.
music theory. But I
Well,
know
babe,
how
I
to make
just
annoying music that gets stuck in
King,
your
get out of the way.
brain
That's not from
and
me.
that is very sharp tongued, you know? So, like, I get it. Like, we need that music pumping. We got to get these events going, people showing up in person and rocking. We will blow down the walls of Jericho if we vibrate together. Joe, are you in? I'm hearing a Joe voice in the background there. Oh, and they kind of dropped again. Oh, your mic is off, Kelly. Let's try to request her mic back on and camera. We keep losing mic and camera. They probably have a call from the lawyer again. Yeah, they're preparing for this Monday hearing. Okay, Kaleigh's video's back in. Let's do a mic open.
Yeah, Joe will just get back on. He had an update, a status report for me.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're loud and clear. We're back in the room. So yeah, I wanted to ask Guy, what is your genre? You making some reggae and the island reggae, brother?
Hey, just look at my bio, guys. I'm yours truly was able to claim his artist profile on Spotify as well, but I also stream on all other
That's cool.
major music platforms. Look
Okay.
for Guy So Smooth. So
Adrift no more.
yeah, so I started doing
Okay.
the lyric videos to
So
promote
can
my
you
stuff.
can you send it to me inside of our direct chat, Andrew?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah, I could just send his what do you call it?
Or even his
His
X
profile
space?
link. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I can comment on the X space as well.
yep.
Follow.
Andrew, I sent you a
Yeah,
link.
and
I
you
don't
can
know
see
if
it in
you're
its
live
profile.
streaming from one of the websites that X uses to do live streams, because that gives you a stable live stream key, so you don't have to keep changing
Right.
the
Yeah,
key.
I'm just too dumb to figure it out. Like, and then I do it
I
every
hope you're a
time, and I'm
tech
like,
bro.
oh yeah, I don't need to change this one, because some of
Yeah,
them
Andrew,
need to
Andrew,
change, some of
Andrew,
them don't.
Andrew, it sounds like we got a volunteer.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah,
Hey,
and
we
we
gotta
got
pass the
plenty of
buck along.
unpaid positions, folks. Who wants to join the podcast team?
That's only temporary. That's only temporary. You gotta
Temporarily
qualify.
unpaid until we get
You
this whole
pay,
funding
until
thing
we can
worked
find
out.
out if you're qualified, and then
Yeah,
we
Guy
can
So Smooth is
you know.
solid.
X is the new pioneered space.
Yeah, X is the way to go, folks. I had my qualms with Elon, but now I'm choosing a world line where Elon is a good guy.
Oh, don't forget, you guys can
I don't want to have to relearn X
Yeah, we're on
because I
Rumble as
have.
well, live streaming right now.
Wait, I don't want to
Facebook,
have to
Rumble,
relearn. I don't.
Instagram, X.
I'll let somebody take over and manage my account. I don't have to. I don't want to have to learn X, but I'll get on where I need to be. But because I'm gonna release
we
my
all
own
want to
social
get to
network.
that point.
Yeah, but people on X definitely don't want to hear that. Don't say that. They're like
Wow.
libertarian minds. Like, yeah, you better
Well
learn it,
then.
motherfucker. That I get yelled at
Well,
by them.
I'm gonna release my own social network, right, and my own
True
YouTube.
that.
So I just that's what I chose to do at my time is develop technology. Joe, I see that you're
Guess who's back? Back
back
again.
again.
We'll pin him up to the top, my friend. Joe is back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, babe,
Dun, dun,
District
dun,
8.
dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Vote for
District
Joe.
Dun,
8,
dun,
rattle, rattle, rattle,
dun, dun,
Joykin
dun,
All right, so
and
where
dun,
is Big
Aldrin.
dun, dun, dun.
Joe? Joe Akana, the one, the only, the great, the mighty. Where did we
I don't
get
know
cut
about all
off?
that.
The
I don't know. I was
reasonable.
talking and we got waylaid by a bunch of side comments, so I'm
So,
not sure
as
where we were
a
at. So.
former senior analyst, intelligence analyst, and officer in the U.S. Air Force, do you feel that the Hawaii State Judiciary is intelligent? Are there
Ooh,
intelligent people in
wow.
there? Are they just good at being evil, or what is the deal? Are they just dumb?
Andrew, I'm going to just say this way. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to believe that they're intelligent until they prove me wrong.
Right.
And what we have seen many times is they're not intelligent, right?
The
That
majority of the
there,
time.
there, there are a lot of things. A lot of times they're basing things off of emotion instead of off of fact and logic, right? And when you start to base things off of emotion, then that's why we get in the situation we are in now in the state government, where it's okay. I say that, and then I'm going to just say another issue. Part of this issue is that everything is always going to be about money.
Mm.
When you follow the money throughout anything in the state legislature, follow that curve. Because if you follow the money, you're going to see everywhere it goes, and you're going to see where everybody's heartstrings lies, and you're going to see where everything they do is because of money. We used to have to do this many, many times, but as in the Intel world, where when you follow money and you follow money trails, ultimately you end up finding culprits or enemies, or you find bad guys because you follow the money,
Mm.
right? So for people to understand that, even in a criminal system, whether you're dealing with drugs or you're dealing with kids or you're dealing with children, any of those things, you start following money trails, that's where you're going to ultimately find people, you're going to find criminals, and to some extent, you're going to even find legislators, right? You're going to find judges. You're going to find,
Senators,
senators, yes, legislators. You're going to find, when you follow the money, you're going
military
to find these
officers,
things,
military
If you can
officers.
right?
imagine it, there's some corrupt clown doing it. Kind of like that's the rule of thumb.
Well, okay, so case in point, there was a couple of state legislators. I think a couple of years back, Kalani English was one, and there was another guy from Makakilo area, and they both got arrested for what? Financial. Um, what did they do? One like
Embezzlement,
took money,
fraud.
financial bribes. They took all this kind of stuff. One took money bribes. One took a bunch of other stuff. See, you see where you start to follow these money trails, and guess where you end up happening? These end up coming into, in this case, they're hits as part of elections or election scams. And guess what they ended up doing? They were both arrested. They got tried. They both resigned their positions, and they both did jail time. There you go. Right. So thing you do is if you're following the money, you're gonna find you're gonna find things at the end of the rainbow. I'm gonna say it that way, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I thought I was systemically racist because that's what the TV said. But then I followed the money of BLM and I found out that the Democrat National Committee is actually funding them and being funded by
Right.
them. And
And look at
they started
Doge.
the KKK,
Look at what Doge
right?
did, right?
So it turns out I'm
Look at
not
Doge.
racist.
Look at Doge. Doge followed the money on the
Thanks, guys. So
USAID,
smooth.
right? They followed the money on USAID, and guess what? There it was.
Yeah.
You follow all of this money being spent on, transgenderism in Pakistan, or on, the what was it, $10 million on some funding for. I mean, it's
For
ridiculous. I can't even
interpretive
think of half of the
lesbian
stuff that they
dance on
were.
Sesame Street in Iraq. Guy So Smooth had
Right.
something here in the X space he wanted to add to you, Joe.
Oh, go ahead. Hey, guy.
Hey, Joe. So we can always count on human greed playing out the way it should play out, exactly as you said, because not only just for Hawaii, that's going on right now with this administration.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean with the presidential administration, or are you with the Hawaii?
Yeah, with Trump's administration, it's going on right now. Like Joe said, follow the money. Everything that's happening right now, that's not, they're not living up to the standards that we elected them to do. That's where it is.
So do you
Right.
think Trump is privy to that, or is he riddled with it?
Sometimes I think Trump, this is just me personally, sometimes I think Trump is like ditzy to it. Does that make sense?
Like just unaware?
Like it looks like it. Like it,
Plausible deniability, though, huh?
yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But I like what Joe said. Follow the money. And when you follow the money to all the other personalities, you start to see things are adding up. Like, why would they do stuff that is a total 180 of what they pitched during the campaign?
Every single time, every politician ever.
Exactly. And then you follow, like, every investigator. That's why, like, even Calais said, the independent journalists that we become start investigating. Same thing like you, Andrew. And then same thing like what Joe said. You start doing the investigations into this thing, and it's the money. Like, it's greed.
Money and power, yeah. And
Yep.
I don't trust anyone I see on TV. I voted for Donald Trump. And think about it, guys. We're on some islands, right? Where people can just show up to your place and steal all your chickens and ducks. But do you think the Bobby Kennedy supporters even have guns, and can they shoot them? Or do you think the Trump people have guns and can help defend you and circle the wagons like men and strong women? Sorry to say.
Well,
I got to jump
no,
at
but you-
111, though, guys. Actually, we should start 11:11, finish at 111. I got to drive somewhere pretty soon. I'm not going to divulge to the public where I'm going.
Man, why are you going to go eat that McDonald's for, man?
I'm
Come
sorry,
on.
brother. It was part of the menu. I got to finish that corporation, too, soon one day.
But you're right. Real quick, and I'll just follow this up real quick. You're right. What you said, guys. Just every time, like I said, when you follow the money, when you follow money trails, it's going to lead you to down roads that most people don't think about. Right? If you look at when you talk about the humanity, ending human trafficking effort, you start tracking down monies and where money go. Guess what? Or where money comes from, you're gonna find these trails, right? So it's like, bruh, it's crazy. People ask us a lot of times, well, why don't you guys accept donations for your inhuman trafficking campaign? And it's like, because we don't know sometimes where the money's coming from, right? You don't know. And so we want to keep it clean as clean as we can until we're able to vet the sources before we actually know, like, okay, money came from, this guys or these guys, and they're donating because you want to vet that, because otherwise, are we? The thing we always ask ourselves: are we contributing to the problem we're trying to say we're getting rid of?
Or are you getting set up by some of these players that would love to put some money in there and make it look like you did something you didn't?
Right. Exactly. So, we've been hesitant. Like I said, we've been hesitant to ask people for money, especially when it comes to that. But we're actually in a process now of setting up these different accounts where we can actually start to receive those donations. Because we do have a ministry, we do have a 508 C1A that we can actually start to do those things with. And I put in a little shameless little plug here. Yes, we if anybody feels like doing it, we can always go give you our QR code. You can go take it out, go check it out on the different sites. But yes, we're actually getting to that point now where we can start doing that and having an ability where we can vet those before it's actually received. So yeah, good point.
I got an idea here. I think I'm going to make another video overlay, and I'm going to show the address and the call to action that will show the courthouse on Monday morning. You guys are going into court, showing up there at 9 a.m., I think, right? Hopefully we get some people that want to protest against this judiciary corruption.
Yep.
And then the case will be heard at 10 a.m. And is this the trial or which?
No, this is a what do they call it? Trial. It's like the they're going to hear the motions and stuff for the trial. It's
So
not
it's
the
a
actual trial
pre-trial
itself.
hearing?
Pre-trial hearing. There you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this thing doesn't seem to let me share my little notepad thingy. I don't know. I wanted to show the address. It's 777, who's it street?
Punchbowl Street. Punchbowl Street.
All right, wait. I got application capture. Let me try this one more time.
Are you using
I
OBS,
found
bro?
it. I'm using OBS.
Yeah, it's gonna take some practice, but usually, don't worry. Hit me up, man. I'll tell you all of the little shortcuts later on. Just hit me up. I do it already.
All right, there we go. I'll move that out of the way so that no one can see my personal crap there. Protest,
There you go.
Police brutality and judicial corruption at the Hawaii State Courthouse, 777 Punchbowl Street, Monday, the 13th of October, 2026. I think that's Charlie Kirk's birthday. 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Support Kalei and Joe Akana against the power of evil, the state-sponsored evil.
Wait, you got to have a picture of Professor Evil there. What's his name?
Yeah,
That guy?
Dr. Evil. Oh, just Josh
Dr.
Green,
Evil.
right? Dr. Scumbag.
Right? Dr. Evil.
Yeah, right.
$1 billion.
$1 million to sell his soul. That's all it costs.
Okay, come on, Mike.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to drop it a little bit early today, if y'all don't mind.
All right.
Aloha.
Aloha Nui. Thanks so. Oh, yeah. Wait. If people want to follow you online, Joe, is it on Facebook or on X or how?
Facebook.
All right.
That's the best
So
place to go.
look for Joseph Akana. Is that right?
I think it's under Joe Akana.
Joe,
Yeah.
Joe Akana, Akana, and there's also Kele Akana on X that I'm tagging often, so you guys can find us that way. We got Guy So Smooth also on X, who's been so gracious enough to help me figure out how to do all this.
Hey.
And I look forward to following up with you again soon, sir. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in, and I'll see you again next week at Wednesday, 11:11 a.m. Aloha Standard Time, as I learned from Queen Kele. Aloha Standard Time, that's HST.
Aloha Standard Time.
Hawaii
Sounds great.
Standard Time. And ahui ho. Love and blessings.
Aloha.
Malama pono.
Malama.
See you,
Aloha.
you guys, and let me play the theme song. I'm going to figure out how to do this all real quick, and it'll be
Oh, you got to put the final countdown on.
People will think I'm smart if I could figure it out. There we go. All right. Thanks, guys. See you guys. Aloha. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Thornton, for listening in.
She hurt herself.
Yep, I'm finishing the podcast right now, my child.
No, get out of the car.
I'm busy right now. Is that it? To the side, to the side. Okay, well, I'm already wrapped up here.